All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. It was another crazy day of Trump. Today was a lot of headlines with a lot of lag. We even had a crazy play, a perfect bottom tick, we're going to go over that. I have strategy and a lot of things to go over. We're even going to go over today and even what to expect tomorrow. I will be live early for the non-farm, so hopefully you're ready for that. It's going to be very simple. If the non-farms come in weak, that'll be good for the bond market. People shouldn't freak out too much on stocks, and if it comes in strong, I think that'll be bad for everybody. So we'll find out how that plays, but before I get into any of it, I need to clear something up. I don't know. It's kind of personal. I took this personal. I'm serious. And y'all better not laugh because I'm about to give you a whole ass lesson because of this. So like the video. I'm going to say good evening to my beautiful, beautiful people here. But no, I'm going to just tell you right now, bro. I had to go explain. My girlfriend was asking me why the price of clothing is going up. And I said, what do you mean? She said, everybody is saying that it's going up. And I'm like, who? And I'm like, well, who's telling you this? I'm like, where did you find out any of this information? She said, yeah. And what about, she asked me about an Australian tariff. And I'm like, and I had to sit my girlfriend down. And by the end of it, bro, I had to go over government deficits. I had to explain the government spending. And I said, this is a plot of consumerism. And the only person that benefits is the corporation off of this insane tariff fear. Okay? Believe me, I have no agenda with this except to inform you. And I seriously mean this. Because, yes, tariffs do cause inflation. You do not have to deny that as if it is not truthful. And that's okay. And people on Wall Street are already acknowledging this. The thing is, right now, a reasonable estimate in the next 12 months for a one-time tick up in inflation is about 0.4% on the PCE. Especially, see how hyped everybody is. Have you got a Bitcoin reserve yet? Yeah, exactly. How long do you think it'll take to even implement a lot of these different things? So yes, you can expect it to go up, but I really want to just go over the real issue, and this is going to even play out eventually once the market gets enough data or people start freaking out. I don't know which one comes first, but this could be an opportunity for the bonds and other things. But fact of the matter is, it has to do with government spending. We even waited today and we listened for Scott Bessent. That's literally the bonds made a move and then they came down. And then all of a sudden, Scott, we were waiting for him. And again, he's been talking about the deficit. And that's the thing you should really be asking right now. Really ask yourself this question. Do you think the government could spend less money? That is what everybody should be freaking out about right now. That is what every article should be about, not just Elon Musk on both sides. So think about it because, well, the government hasn't ever spent less money. I think since, again, Bill Clinton probably was the last time we had a deficit, I think, or a surplus. So that's the thing that really matters when it comes down to inflation. If you are really worried about inflation and real inflation and affecting home prices, rent, cars, and subsequently getting down to the interest rates, that is going to be about government spending. So I'm going to go over that here in a little bit. I just want to run through it. I already kind of gave you a little bit of a breakdown, but I will provide you more evidence. But before I do that, since we're live, oh man, we got a lot to talk about today. What's up, baby? I know you're here. Let's go, Jackson. What's going on? How you doing, Universal? Good evening, Tim. Matthew, Ansel, Star, Chaparro, Caballero, Johnny Stallings, NRJ, Rick Rodness, Brian Fierros, Gus Gazzo. What up, baby? What up, Skittle? What up, Tuso? What up, Awaske? Brown Crow, Sons of Averaging, Booney, baby. Ivy, Jerry, will ya? Oh, my goodness. Good evening. What up, Lori? What up, JJ? Good. If I missed you, man, I don't know. This chat's kind of going. How many? Yeah, y'all wake up. Good evening, man. I hope y'all ready. So we're going to we'll even talk a little bit about some plays. And there is some stuff to look out for tomorrow. But really, man, even by the morning, you should start to see some stuff because of the non-farms. So that being said, man, let me just get right into it. I've already kind of explained it to you, but I'm going to break it down a little bit more. For real, I genuinely mean this. I don't really benefit off of this in any way. I mean, I don't even raise, or I guess I charge the fee low now, but I haven't raised, lowered, nothing. I mean, for real, the only person who benefits off of this tariff fear is corporations. I genuinely believe at this point, like I showed you, the prices and a lot of things, man, it's actually getting like silly because it just seems like a silly excuse to justify higher cost. You know, essentially, honestly, even as a consumer, man, do you guys realize you could say no? So, like, even then, at the end of the day, regardless if it is Donald Trump or if you blame Biden or whoever you want to blame, at the end of the day, I mean, this isn't something we've seen too much of in the last couple of years, but you know, at one point there can be consumer rejection, and I think when it comes down to like tariff price increases, I don't really see that as believable. And like I'm saying, there is some data behind it, but the real thing I want to explain here is that simply, man, this is all about government spending, and I want you to notice that it's literally a flip-flop from a couple of years ago. So literally in 2020, from 2020 to 2024, if you remember, everybody was saying it is supply-side inflation. This tariff thing, even though it's like just happening, what it reminds me of is supply chain. Do you remember when everybody would say supply chain? Any price went up, the NVIDIA graphic card, your shoes, collectibles, you name it, supply chain. That literally, I mean, and this is what, you know, there's a real reason why this happened. But that is what we were doing. I mean, but nobody worried until around like 2022. Inflation went to 9.1. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was actually, you went generally a very long time before people were, oh my gosh, before you ever saw a website say we are raising prices $100 because of supply chain. Again, if they said supply chain, you would pay it. Now they're saying tariffs. Do you see what I'm saying? Because literally you are watching even right now, like companies and corporations not even affected by the tariffs already taxing people. It's actually wild. But that was 2020 to 2024. Like literally most of the time until the Fed started acting, even afterwards, even just not until recently, it was all about supply side inflation. Nobody paid attention about the massive spending. And now fast forward to today, I mean, I'm going to go show you another chart, but like, do you guys get it? This is what I'm saying. It's like a really weird flip-flop because right now, today, you have people worried about inflation even though there's no supply chain, even though the tariffs have been delayed. And any that have been enacted so far, again, it's very minimal. Even if you do look at the trade data, even expectations, implementation lag, all of it, I mean, it's kind of down the road, you know, and it's not really an amount you should be afraid of. That's why it's like you're getting that freak out, but then everybody is ignoring the effort of the deficit. So let's go back to this, but like I'm saying, the real source of inflation, I think, whether or not we repeat the 1970s or not, and even, like I'm saying, short term, there could be some opportunities as people start to notice this. But, dude, it's Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It's all government spending. You will go back to the inflation chart, but literally the CARES Act. Donald Trump, it was supposed to be $1 trillion. You should read this. This is even Wikipedia, so you could even take that bias with it. But we're talking $2 trillion, 2.2. It was supposed to be $1 trillion at max. And then they added the appropriations, and then they added all these things by the end leading into the election. Does that sound familiar? That's $2 trillion. I mean, again, this was literally it's unprecedented in size, in scope. This was a large amount of money. And then Joe Biden, which one is this one? The American Rescue Act was another $1.9 trillion in January of 2021. So from 2020 to 2021, you had approved about $4 trillion of unprecedented new spending that was about 50% of your money supply. So This is why houses are unaffordable. This is why cars. Can a tariff make your washing machine expensive? Yes. Can it bring up the price of a little bit of goods? Yes. But it's not going to double the price of your house. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not going to cause, it's both. It's the American Rescue Act and the CARES Act. This is why I'm saying when you start to look at this dollar amount, this is where we got all of this. It's massive government spending. And like I'm saying, it's weird that in both instances now, 2020 to 2024, and then right now, both instances, we are being suggested to ignore all efforts at the deficit or spending. Again, 2020 to 2024, you were told to focus on supply chain and supply. Don't worry about $4 trillion that just got pumped in there. Again, blame anything else except for government spending. And then now, fast forward, get worried about tariffs. If people raise prices, get worried about it. But do not focus on anything said about the deficit and whether or not that actually is accomplished or if we can't spend more. Literally, you even got a spending bill being passed. That's part of even today. We're going to talk about it because there was tax news and stuff on the bill. But the whole point is, I mean, dude, for the last 50, this is what I'm saying with like washing machines, whatever, bro. The last 50 years, man, any real spike in inflation has always been by a surge in money supply and government spending. Again, even supply and demand, you have to really look at it this way. You could call it government spending, but if you wanted to look at it in the sense of, you know, economics, I'll give it to you a simple way. Call it government demand. I don't care what the supply is. That's why the supply chain, whether you tariff it or you shut down the damn economy, I don't care. Because it doesn't matter if you have $4.4 trillion of government demand. Are you guys following? So moving forward, whether or not we repeat the 70s by the end of Trump or not, obviously we're going to take it day by day. But I do think it really, all the answers are going to boil down to the deficit. It's going to boil down to whether or not we get massive government spending or if we actually pull it back. And I do think as you get more evidence of that, or when the market starts kind of realizing this has been an overreaction, we'll see, that will be another opportunity for the bonds as well. But at the very least, even then, like I'm saying, man, on a consumer level, I just think whether you're a consumer at bare minimum or even just like in the financial markets, this really like dramatic freak out over tariffs, I think it is just used to justify a lot of wacky stuff. And even as a consumer, if you were being told that prices you should be paying 20, 30% more for a good because of a tariff, I think that's a company choice decision, not necessarily a real cost impact as much as people would like to think. And again, like I'm saying, we go back to the chart here. Just look, again, last time nobody said anything about government spending. Inflation's down. We're still not talking about it, but we're worried. But again, man, the years, like the world has a lot of stuff if we really wanted to. Like I'm just like, look, real inflation, just again, it's only the times where the money supply goes crazy. Again, like we've even talked about, whether or not we repeat this chart or not, it's going to just really depend on the government spending. If they could rein some of it back in, if they could accomplish their goals without spending more, if the oil works, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it all does boil down to this. And really, if you are wondering, we're like, real inflation, can goods go up because of tariff? Yes. Small goods, your trinkets, maybe even major appliances, maybe smaller increases in autos. It should not be long lasting. It should not be major. And when it's all said and done, your house, your living costs, and utilities, and the stuff that really gets crazy, that's usually, that inflation will probably be caused through control or lack thereof of the deficit and government spending. So that, my friends, is the first part of today. I can't believe I spent 15 minutes on that, but I hope you learned something. If you hate me for it, I still love you, and you will. This will come in handy one day. God willing, we'll see. But that being said, relating into today was a wild one, man. And it kind of relates, because it's funny, you got a decent reaction and there was tax stuff. So it was the one, we got to worry about the bill. And actually, since it's related, I'll keep it very simple. that government, like, you know how they have to pass the spending bill, and they're talking about a spending bill and even like the permanent tax raise or not? That's important. I told you guys this about a month or two ago, but don't forget the efficacy of Donald Trump. The sooner they pass a spending bill, the sooner he could actually do stuff for real. Are you following? So that's important in the sense that he could actually, again, if he gets no debt ceiling, whether they get it or not, now these appointments, now all of these things that are happening, he could actually start to get a lot more motion on it. So that's why that's partly important. And then today there was tax news, and this was a really weird part of today. I'll go over the headline, but there was a lot of rumors or information that hit, and the market didn't react till later. And even the tax news, it just seemed like nobody knew about it. But again, we got it. Like, I was an hour early on it. It was insane. But the first part of the day was right here. There was U.S. Trade Representative Greer, and he was getting one of these confirmation hearings, and he was going through it, and he started to talk about blanket tariffs. The headline came out like right here, and then the market just has a fat red and drops like Trump just said something out of nowhere. But it was 5-10 minutes after the first rumor, and then nothing materialized. They burned premium, and then right here, there was two things that happened. One, we saw this. We saw Blackstone. They dropped first, and this was when the first rumor came out. It was like right around here. And then we got a rumor that there was a update on the tax bill about Trump's tax plan, or the Republican tax bill, not the one with the permanent tax increases, but, you know, the no taxes on overtime, no tax on tips, all that stuff, right? But there was new information, and like I'm saying, it came out an hour earlier, and then the market had gigantic reds on it, but we knew about it early, and this is where we kind of made a mistake, but the whole idea was there was new information involved. And essentially, the two things that were included, we were early, and I'm saying it was a mistake because this is something to learn in the future. We'll talk about it when we get to some of the plays here, but it's like, you guys got to be, I don't think if you've seen this in a while, some of these headlines, you might be so damn early that the market won't even react. This happened in another instance. Can anybody tell me? Huge lag, big data. What was it? Because I'm telling you, this is, you're going to have, no, fast isn't going to fucking help you. You see what I'm saying? We were an hour early. You could have killed it. But there was a lot that went into this. You got to think about it. Yep, there you go. Deep Seek. No, Deep Seek. Exactly. That was the event 2 weeks ago. Bro, that shit was circulating Thursday and Friday. And then the other report was 3 weeks old. And then you go back, Deep Seek's been around since a year at least, right? That didn't hit till everybody kind of like panicked on it. That's exactly what happened with today's like tax rumor. So you got to think about that. In the future, we may get a headline where we may get some info. You may have to interpret a little bit that there's new info, or once you get it, but at the end of the day, that's where this is going to get really confusing, because some of them you're going to whiff. Other ones, though, this is going to be one of those events. But it was very trippy, and the data, the new info that really caused the reaction, it was the same tax plan you knew about. Again, tax on tips, all of that. But Trump announced the closing of a loophole, the carried interest tax exemption. A lot of Wall Street and private equity funds benefited off that. That's why, even though we got the rumor, we noticed all of them. BX, go watch the recap on stream. KKR, who was the other one? All of the funds, they got big reds out of nowhere. It was because of that. And does that make sense? So Trump announced a brand new tax thing that would hurt those companies, and then that's eventually the market reacted an hour later. So, and then he also got rid of a tax exemption for some of the people on the of the sports owners and the sports teams. So literally, it was a win for W-2 workers, a loss for rich people in Wall Street, but generally, that's why you got that reaction. So it was very, very wild. We'll talk here about the plays, but now it's very, very simple, my friends. Tomorrow, I think Trump is meeting with Japan prime minister or president or whatever. But that could be an event, and what you want to watch for, the two main industries, energy and defense. If we're going to do any deal with Japan, these are the two major things. Japan just recently signed a bill to expand their military for the first time in a long time, and we're damn Americans. We love selling weapons. Oh, yeah, that's what you supported. Yeah. Oh, why? Why? So, yeah, but that we do a defense deal with Japan most likely. There could be a big deal there, so watch LMT, RTX, all of those. And then energy. Chips might come into play, but other than that, I do think energy and defense may come first, but you never know. I don't think the yen, unless there's some good news, but unless we get a surprise, but that's not on the table. Just energy and defense for now, but we'll see. And then again, the non-farms is going to be very simple. Just if it's a hot number, I think that's bad for everybody. Like literally, you do not want a hot jobs number. I think everybody loses tomorrow. So like literally, have you guys ever played craps? Do you guys know how the casino game craps works? So right now, after all of this fear and everything, you got the marker on. So pretty much a strong jobs report, that would be like rolling a 7 tomorrow. Everybody loses. They rake in the chips. Because tomorrow, lose on the bonds. You lose the positive sentiment for a little bit. You'll lose whatever. It doesn't mean you won't bounce on Monday, but it does mean that at least for tomorrow, that's it. You're just not, I don't think you'll get a negative reaction, kind of end up at like the lower end of where we've been at, and then that's really it. And then Monday, it'll be depending on whatever bill, but you're expecting 205. It's a pretty strong report. And then, but I told you, I expect it. I think it's going to be strong, believe it or not. Because remember, the ISM was hot. So the ISM manufacturing was hot if we wanted to go to it. No. Is it? Yeah. So 52. When was the last time we hit a 52, man? This is generic ass analysis, my brother. Oh, yeah. September 23. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be a hot print. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I know Elon, but I think it still might be delayed. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a hot print. Above all, because, again, last time even the ISM manufacturing was there, it was strong. So we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. But that being said, I could be wrong. I don't care. What do you mean? Here's listen to what I just said. If I'm wrong, I hope all of you win. Because if I'm right, they rake the chips. I think everybody loses. I genuinely think if it's too strong, it could still be hot. So maybe it comes in hot and lower. But if it's like a real blowout, we're fucked. Excuse my language. But yeah, I don't think that'll be good. It'll just freak people out. You just had a lot of good progress. You had good progress on bonds. You went through 2 weeks of craziness. You're feeling good. Even the tariffs, a little relaxed, It would hurt the bond market. Maybe chips would end up doing good later, or the NASDAQ, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Somebody clip this. Bro, I've kept every video up for 5 years, brother. You don't even watch the watch list, man. But that being said, let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I actually will. Oh, dude, I have good things to show you. We have strategy to talk about. But yeah, are you ready for today's play? It's a really, really good one. It's a really, really good one. Are you ready for this one? Does anybody have a guess? Let's see if they have a guess. Give them a guess. It's live. Why not? Steel T strategy EDM, buy when it dips low. Sit on hands. Come on, man. You guys aren't learning? Dude, it's a new era, bro. Nah. New era. Just get ready. Get ready to fly, my brother. That's it. You got to be ready for anything. Ready for anything, bro. Oh, yeah. Once again, last time we did this, it worked out great. Wing it. Oh, yeah. So, again, you got Japan tomorrow, defense, energy, tax bill, bonds, deficit, even a shortage on gold, and it's Friday. So, and the jobs. Because that's what I'm saying. Well, homeboy wants, you think, you could clip me, but guess what? If I'm wrong, I will change my mind in 0.005 seconds, and we will position. That is what this play means. You have to understand it. Do you get it? Because, again, whether jobs, good or bad, any of the other stuff that we get throughout the day, just kind of generally know what's on the menu to a degree, and then we're going to ride from there, man. That's all we got to do. That's all. And then you do have new uncle, but I do have something serious for you. Okay? I got some good feedback, Beyond the death threats and the other weird comments, I do get good emails. You know that, right? So, that's it. That's why. What do you mean? We working. That's it. I got 1,000 out of 5,000 just straight soldiers. You know that? Warriors, bro. You have no idea. So I hope, God bless you, man. But here it is. Okay, let's talk about the snipe. I know. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Let's talk about the snipe. Okay, my big mistake is taking too many shots. Not controlling the budget. Not like you diversify, go for 1 for 5 on earnings plays, but literally, I'm talking you hit one of these, you hit 2 of these crazy news plays. Dude, that's it. Walk away. Or the other part, there's 2 sides of that coin, brother. You hit the first one, you kill it. Don't go crazy on the second one. I don't care. No matter what. You're going to regret it too when this backfires. It doesn't effing matter. Like I told you, the harvest is plenty. You're going to have a lot of these. Okay, but what's going to be the reverse side of this? Think about it. It's going to be knowing which ones to take. Some of you, this may not be a problem. Again, you only need 1 or 2. Even on a daily, because again, you have to now minimize the bricks. That's all. The other part is knowing which shot to take, especially with the headlines that we have today. You know what I'm saying? That was a perfect example of I did a great dip buy, but that wasn't it. It was literally you had the info an hour early. So you have to know which play is worthy. You have to know that, okay, a trade representative is big, but not really. And I don't know everything. I'm just saying, as we move through this on a day-to-day, you have to start prioritizing news. So don't become a crackhead, but you have to kind of have a level of priority filter. Do you get what I'm saying? Try to set a higher bar, a higher standard, but again, like I'm saying, this has been my mistake with any of them. You'll hit a couple easy, great ones, and then now you're reacting to way minimal moves, and then you're giving back any of it when you don't necessarily have to at all. I said it right here, man. Be the corner, man. Like basketball, bro. For real. In a weird way, I'm just telling you, if you get the right headline, the right velocity, again, you have a jump on it, you really are being able to play into that edge. And then again, don't chase. If you're late, you're late. Who cares? You'll get the next. That's what I'm saying. You got to kind of work that. But bro, it's literally basketball. You sit in the corner and that's it. I'm not even kidding you. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to just go 2 for 3. Not even. That's it. Just sit wide open. That is what you need to be looking for. That is 7 hours a day if you're not going to be a crackhead. Sometimes they might not get the ball. But yeah, you literally Klay Thompson type beat. Old Klay Thompson, though. But I don't know. Maybe should we trade Klay Thompson for LeBron? I bet you they're going to trade Klay Thompson for Messi next. Yeah, I don't know. But very simple. This one, I think, will really, really... and again, this is something I need to work on a little bit, too, because, again, I took an oil play today with $10, and then I took my SPY bottom tick, and then $5 teledoc, and then we did get what was it? What was that play? This was actually news. We got this one early, too. WSC. I feel bad investing in it. I think Trump is using them for containers for Something with like Guantanamo or immigrants. Terrible. I know, but I bought calls. But yeah, that one was the only other one. But we made a spy play. But like I'm saying, I've been keeping them small. But the news plays that actually hit, we avoided this one today. That saved money. You avoided a lot of these chops. We should have hit it here. I missed the news, and that's the funny part. So again, even how today played out, this part was crazy because, like I said, we had it an hour early. But then by the time it was dropping, we already knew these other guys were down. We were just guessing. Again, by the time we figured it out, we were assuming it was the tax bill and that there was new info we were missing. But I missed it. So even though I got it early, the reaction I missed. So if I missed the reaction, instead of trying to buy a put, my immediate thought was now just wait for the bounce. That's it. That's all it is. Because we had it, we knew it, we whiffed it. That's it, bro. Don't chase the 1,000% 1-2 day put. So that's it. We missed the play and go to the next play. If you were at the airport and you missed your flight, you wouldn't try to buy somebody. You'd be like, open the door. I'll give you triple. I will give you. They would put you on another flight. No, you got to find the other flight. That's it. So if you already missed the other, maybe you look for the other side. Or guess what? Just sit your ass down on a layover. Just relax. I don't know. It's a good example. If you just got to work with me. No imagination ass. But either way, the point was I missed it. Again, a lot of people did. Nobody knew even by the time. But when it was all said and done, I went for a call. So are you ready for this? I did the most ghetto-ish shit today, too. You might get offended if I call it that. Some people did, but we invented the ghetto spread. I only made like $20, but I turned it to a free play. But 2:34 p.m., SPY 609 call. Bro, no exaggeration. That's where we are, I think? Yeah. Literally the bottom candle. Guess what? That play still kind of sucked. So that's the other thing I want to tell you about. Was that the 7th? Yeah, it was a 1 day, so I got an extra day on it. It closed up even higher, but here's the thing with it. I only flipped it out for like $15. I thought I got like 30, but I got like 15, and then I moved it to a $15 contract for free. I called it the ghetto rollover at the time. But the play was terrible until something happened. So look, even if you bottom ticked it on a daily, a tomorrow option, somewhat near the money, it was out of the money, but a little more expensive. By the time the market bounced, I think you're up like what, 50% by the time you like recovered it. But that's not good considering if it went down, you would have lost 50% in like 30 minutes. Again, the theta would have destroyed you. But it was right around the end of the day, the SPY candles got big, and this is the move that you wanted. So all the news plays we've hit when it goes crazy, it's when you get that quick velocity move and they go insane. So this was good, even though you bought them. If it's a quick, it's pretty much if it's a bounce and it's slow, you can still make money on it, but that has a lot more risk than it does reward. Are you following? So this is something that's going to be the tricky part with any of these plays. I don't say this so you go and gamble your money away. I say this so you learn to avoid what is actually going to be your move. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that was great, and yeah, it was good, but you really had a better risk reward from here to here, even if you bottom ticked it, as wild as that may sound. There was, however, one contract. The 604, if you added an extra day, you made less than 100%, but on the daily, this one at the time, this one was the sweet spot. You would have bought it for 30 cents. It went almost 1,000% from that bottom tick. You see what I'm saying? There's always going to be one. There's always a sweet spot wherever you're out of the money and then it ends up in the money, and that's the one that stays in the money. You see what I'm saying? That's why, guess what? You're going to hit that 5% of the time, if that. So that's kind of the problem. But this is why I'm saying, really, any of those news plays where we've made, even recently, 1,500%, 1,000% within like 30 minutes, you need the right headline and you need the velocity. So, like I'm saying, if you really want that, if that's what you're looking for, that's what you should be looking for, but that doesn't happen all the time. But that is essentially what you should be putting in your scope as you are watching the stream moving forward. Are you guys following? And this should probably, if this shouldn't lead you to more plays. So if you're like, yeah, I watched this video and I did it and I made 10 dailies tomorrow, that doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like the corner man. There's no way there was 10 of these major velocity moves throughout the day. So it's not, hold up. So that all you're looking at, you need the right headline. You need some, again, today with the taxes, it had new tax information. And here's the deal. This is just to avoid getting chopped up. If you don't like choppy markets, if you don't like the back and forth, you're like, this is boring, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Very simple. You have to be able to zoom in and find the right headline or the right catalyst. It doesn't have to necessarily be news, a catalyst, you know? But then also, too, those velocity moves are kind of going to be where you're at. So I hope that helps. And with that being said, are you ready to wing it tomorrow, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, because that means we'll either get a velocity move or we won't. That doesn't mean a guarantee of a play or anything. Like I said, we know what we have in store in the events, the non-farm, so we're just going to be riding from there. But Chattadonia, a wonderful 37 minutes from deficits to SPY dailies. My goodness. Do you have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. You said China? I don't know. I see Europe may get rare Australia gas shipment in bid to quit Russia. Chinese tech stocks near technical bull market on DeepSeek hype. BBG. Veritas in talks to acquire data firm Dun & Bradstreet. And then Bank of Japan rate hikes. Again, just talks about it. And that's it. TikTok buyout, I think, is just going to be a big part of the negotiation. How do you recover from paying a lot in taxes? You go to bed at night and say, I did my civic duty. I'm a good person. And then go contact a CPA and make a tax strategy so you could continue to do your civic duty. One piece of advice to tell yourself 4 years ago about trading is terrible advice, but it's like perfect advice, but it's really offensive if I say it. They lied to you about everything. It was, actually, you're not crazy at all, but just long term and no matter, but that's it. Yeah. No, it's crazy. Just long term and it really is nuts. But I would honestly though, I think some of this stuff that I'm saying now, I wish even with all this, I wish I had realized even the impact and influence again, because I'm telling you, man, houses, getting a house, using your long term for that, and really walking away with something. Even though I talked a lot about long term, I really wish I emphasized it more. I don't know. I feel like I was. I think it was the times, but I was I put out stuff and I was soft about it, man. I talked about it yesterday, but this isn't even about me. It's everything though, because even in a weird way, I wish I did more of even more real estate. But I wish it wasn't like that though too at the same time. But when it's all said and done, bro, Like, I really wish, like, dude, because do not walk away with nothing. And, it's always, I learn it every year more and more. It just gets reinforced. You know what I'm saying? Trading is great, bro. I love trading. Like, clearly, I think some of you, like, especially when the markets are like this and it's like real info, bro, I love this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, really do love it. It's beautiful. And I think there's ways you could go about it, and I think there's ways you could add to your life in this. But at the same time, though, you can't walk away with nothing. And that's not just trading in general, but all of it. That's why it's like you can't go full tilt, bro. You never could go full. You have to get a long term. You have to lock that house down as soon as possible. Any sort of justification, any sort of workaround is nonsense. And I don't know if I said it as straightforward back in the day or throughout. And I don't know. I think at times I was nice about it. And I'm not trying to be mean about it, but I like genuinely, like I'm telling you, anything else is nonsense. Like I'm saying, trading is great. And you will get, God willing, man, you will get exposed to a lot of real opportunities soon. Again, ask about it, bro. Like some of y'all have seen it, like for real. Like, so God willing, man, it's cool when markets adjust. There's a reason why I wanted to learn this stuff, and I did. And like, I'm telling you, bro, it's a great time. But without assets, a long term, and you don't need it to start, but I'm just saying you can't walk away with it. You can't take the things you have and what you got now. You have something that you're getting into the game with. No matter, you will have to walk away with assets. That's it. A house, a long-term blue chip, no foo-foo. I don't care if it's the next big thing. None of that. I'm telling you, some real old people poopy, But for real, I do think that is something. And like I said, every year I think that gets reinforced because every year there was a good trade. You know what I'm saying? Every year there was a cool opportunity. Every year there was a good long-term pickup. But when it's all said and done, it's just like, bro, even then, even if I'm like, imagine me telling you, I'm like, wow, like imagine how different the market feels already and how different things have been. And we're like, oh, the info has been fake. It's like, either way, bro, we're coming into it now with a long-term, with the most assets we've ever had. Do you get what I'm saying? So no matter what happened, whatever I didn't like or liked about the last 4 years, we are walking into whatever happens next with the most we have ever had. Do you get it? That is what you all should be doing. This is not a flex. This is not a brag. This is how it should be. This is your main goal. This is your main priority. You must grow your assets. You walk away. Every trade must lead to that objective. That's why. Why do you use X amount? So I could get assets and then I'll trade. You get what I'm saying? DraftKings, do whatever. Assets, then I'll gamble. Then I'll DraftKings. Assets, then I will go smoke my weed. Assets, then I don't care what you do. Assets must be the main objective. Especially if you are you are below 55 years old. I still think you have enough time to do some shit. Even if you're 60, you probably have more to work with and could do more. You'd be surprised. Or at least you have less responsibilities that you could, again, maneuver to your abilities. But either way, all that matters is very, very simple. So, Mando, go watch today's Philo, okay? That's a good one for you. Very simple. The main objective, you must grow your assets. That's it. And that's the big thing that just gets reinforced every year. And like I said, though, it's just like the trading environment and the news. But I really, really, I don't know. I wish I was more just straightforward about it, bro. I don't know. I thought I was. And like, I know we talked about it a lot, but I really do believe that that is the key. And it's like, again, I want to see more people with that than not. Like I'm saying, this is how it should be. Again, you see the crypto and all. You don't come into this next cycle with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like it shouldn't be oh, you lost it because of this. And I get it. That happens. I'm not saying like that's the problem, but it's just like, believe me, whatever happened, dust yourself off. Ask anybody. They've been in your shoes. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? But like, you dust it off, but you have to start and you have to do it the right way. And the way is to walk away with assets. That's it. You're going to grow the long-term blue chip stocks you know about and use. You don't need the next big thing. That's it. Your goal, real estate. Even if they tell you it is impossible for you to ever buy a home, don't believe them. I don't know who them is, but whoever tells you that, you could still love them and hug them and be nice to them, but deep down in your heart, never believe them. Do you understand? I'm being dead serious. In all delusion, I don't care what you call it. Anybody, seriously, I vividly remember a lot of these conversations, and it sucks that all of this was funded by millions of dollars were spent to counteract certain ideas, man. But like I'm saying, I vividly remember, when inflation was hitting 9%, and houses were very, very unaffordable, and they still are. I remember when people were like, bro, what do you mean I'm 20, I'm 30? What do you mean I'm going to own a house? I remember people were getting mad, angry with me. Again, I got some threats over it. Again, saying it was an offensive idea. I don't know your life, your story. Look at all this stuff. All of it, bro. And it had to do with this idea that we would never be able. No, I don't care what it was. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm telling you, bro. I don't care. Everyone's forgiven. I love God is good, bro. There's no animosity in what I'm saying. I promise you. I am telling you all right now what I truly believe, and I hope you believe this, and don't ever forget this. If anybody ever tells you in this United States of America that you will never be able to own a home, or that it is impossible or unattainable, I don't even care if you are homeless right now, and I know how insensitive this may sound. I want you to refuse to. Don't ever believe that. Okay? That's it. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. I have zero. You cannot convince me otherwise. And I encourage you to be as hard-headed in this as I am explaining to you now. Because that is, and again, that's why you have a long-term. That's why you walk away with assets, and you're going to walk away with both. You're going to have stocks and real estate. But even if you never, I'm just saying, bro, don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you to be a capitalist. You don't even ever have to have a rental property. It would be nice if you did, and I would love that for you. But I'm even just bare minimum, you're going to own your own home. And I do think it is attainable because like I'm saying, even our long-term, dude, you make $36,000 a year and you encounter this damn YouTube channel and we're like, screw it, I'll do it. Like I'll do $200 a month, then $300 a month. You're making 36 grand a year, bro. Right? Just living through damn Biden, making 36 grand a year. I mean, at the end of the day, that you're gonna have 26 grand right now. Yeah, some of it was gain, some of it was your money that you saved, but like at the end of the day, in a wild time, bro, that's a house, that's a down payment. Again, you'll figure it out with even like I'm saying, credit, all of those things. You're gonna get pushed to learn it all. And this is what took me to what I've done, That's what I'm saying. So, at the end of the day, whatever you think about what I just said, even if I'm wrong, I don't think this mentality is going to leave you worse off than you are in any way, shape, or form. Do you feel me? Like, even if I whiff on this, bro, and I'm completely batshit, right? And all you did was set yourself with a high standard, an objective to acquire money in one of the most expensive things that exist. I don't think, again, worst case, you're going to just end up with a stack of cash, dude. Worst case, you're going to have a big chunk of change that would have been your down payment. But at the end of the day, that's where you fail if you are going to fail this, if you choose to accept this mentality. So, yeah, man, I think that's special. I don't know, man. Why did you ask me that question and unlock that rant, bro? But yeah, any other questions? But amen, bro. I hope so. God willing, man. But yeah, I don't know. I really wish I like Bart Simpsoned people into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really wish. I don't know. You were saying I did, but I was like, nah, man. I really like, man. I should have kicked some more shins. I don't get it, fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anything else? Uncle should come out. I don't know when, actually. I think like 9, 10, 11, 12. Mm-hmm. The Benjamin Graham philosophy. Yeah, man. And then, even then, though, like, dude, I'm a guy who bought risky shit. I bought Bitcoin. I bought a Trump coin, damn it. So, the point, have one segment of the quality assets, the old people shit, and then fucking find your glory, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they feel me, bro. I don't know. I don't know if they feel me, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real, you are young. You have technology, AI. Y'all gonna find your thing. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta walk away with some quality assets, high standard, high goal, at least. You know, at the very least, you won't get mad about it. Mm-hmm. A company, yeah. What do you got, man? Quantum, yeah. We're live, baby. What's going on? Struggling options with trading. What should I do? Take it slow. Snipe. Quarterman. 1 shot. 2 shots a day, baby. If none at all. Is thy will not as strong as thy fist? Campbell's. I like it, but I don't know. I haven't had a can of soup in a long time. Not gonna lie to you. I had Chef Boyardee, I think, like a year or two ago. But yeah, I don't know. I think they got like what 5% divvy. It's not a bad company, man. It's not a bad company, but I wouldn't put it on my no list. But I wouldn't like. It's not. I'm buying Hershey's before I buy soup. You know, even ask anybody in the world. Actually, if I walked up to you with 2 items, a can of soup and a chocolate bar, and I said, which one do you want? Which one do you think everybody is taking? I would throw the soup can at you, take the bar, and then take your wallet and run away. That's the only thing I could use the soup for in that moment. Otherwise, the chocolate bar seems like the logical answer. So, yeah. I don't think, it's like I said, it's not on my no list, but I would take something else. Mm-hmm. It's an assault weapon, they are. Mm-hmm. WDC, I don't know. I think that rumor for the Intel CEO, not me. He's like the head of Global Foundries, and then he worked with WDC. But other than that, that's the last time that I heard about him. So we'll see. Appreciate it, hey man. Yeah, not bad though. Why do you want it? What made you like it so much? Why were you? How old are you? If I could ask, I don't know. Depending on how old you are, that question is offensive. But yeah, why do you want that? 33? Yeah. Well, why do you want Campbell's? You're a young guy. I bet you got a better hairline than me. What made you want Campbell's? A flash crash for a real crash? Real crash usually involves the Fed cutting because they're panicking. Flash crash is just a big move because something happened, but yeah. You get their soup when you're sick. I go to the grocery store and get the hot soup. I don't get it out the can. I've had Chef Boyardee though. New all-time highs are there. A hairline account? You want me to fund my hairline transplant? I'm not getting it. I'm telling you, I need to, one day when you guys see me in my movie debut, I'm popularizing the fade is what I call it. It's like the Arab mullet. It's very beautiful. I think it's very rare. Like most people haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. Good hairline means low T. Hey, man, I could cope like that. I'm down. That's up my alley. Yeah. When do you chase a stock versus value? Oh, I don't know. I usually prefer value in all instances, if that makes sense. Value is God in this case. Always, actually. You make your money off the buy, brother. You're going to ask for that fade? Be careful. I don't know. I just made that up. But good luck. Am I going to get TTF tatted? Maybe one day. My mom wouldn't approve, though. I wouldn't do that to her. I've always wanted tattoos. I think I didn't, yeah, but I can't. Like, my mom would beat me, bro. I'm still scared of her. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm terrified. So, yeah. But, you're gray. It's okay, man. It's okay. Gray is okay. Price is what you pay. Value what you get, Habibi. Exactly. I'm not ready for Pilates. No, not at all. It's going to be terrible. Any of the Greeks? No, not usually. It's good to keep them in mind, but I think break even is God in this case. Oh, I do need the badge. Bro, because I have to like resize them. I have them, but it gets annoying, and then I'm like, oh man, and then because YouTube changed their requirements. But yeah, I got to do it. I watched you for 7 years. You changed me. That's good, man. I hope we all walk away with more and more. With more and more. That's all we got to do. I got a good mom. You hope I love her well. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. She's great. I didn't like my parents at first, though. I was a real problem child. Like, it's like the books we read. It talks about it. Kind of makes sense looking back. The job, that's a great question. When do I think the employees' layoffs will hit? That, I don't know. I think it's going to be one, you'll know it when you see it. But I want to assume, like, I think the jobless claims are more, like, real time. So once the jobless claims start going up, then we'll see it more. But other than that, it'll be, I think that it's just going to be kind of a random spike, and then that'll set off the trend. And by that point, I think other data will reflect it. So hopefully we have other things. If we have more and more, somebody has less and less. Are you wishing ill on your neighbor? No, man. The whole world is yours, bro. Have fun. Don't worry. Not a zero-sum game. It assumes a very black and white world in that instance. You have abundance. You have abundance. Even with the inflation thing, man, that's why I was saying with how he started. You guys should watch it if you missed it. But the government deficit thing. Because, bro, like, where's the inflation chart? Because, like, you guys, like, I don't know, do you remember the days, like, we have a lot of stuff in the world. There's limited resources, but, like, making products, like, we have a ton of shit. Does that make sense? Like, do you remember the days, like, everything's a toaster? You remember when I would tell you that? Like, bro, everything is like a toaster. Bro, we could just poop out everything. Like, for real. Like, if you don't know, like, China and everywhere around the world, bro, I saw a package today, and I said, made in Germany. And I'm like, I didn't know they made this. And, like, bro, all around, like, our ability, dude, we have items, computed. Like, think about it. Nike has $8 billion in inventory. You know how much, like, linen and cloth that is? And, like, think about all of this stuff. There's a lot. So that's why I'm saying, like, part of the whole, like, inflation worry over tariffs, I don't know why everyone's assuming, like, again, not only do you have trillions of dollars of government demand. But like, bro, you literally, if you really turned everything again, like even with, and you changed regulations and there wasn't like any weird workarounds or only these people could do this or that, bro, we used to just shit things out. And with the whole world, if you get the whole world producing, there is so many items out there. There's so much leather. Jensen is he's geeking right now. But yeah, so I don't know. I think you were asking a more philosophical question, and I gave your answer. But that really reminded me of this deficit talk. So yeah, but like we have a lot of things in the world. We even have a lot of info, but in knowledge and wisdom, and it's weird how the government paid propaganda to stop what. But there's a lot of things. But yeah, everything. There's a lot of abundance, depending on how you want to look at it. But yeah, any other questions? We're at the hour mark. What time is it? Oh, I need to set it. I think the uncle's gonna release in like 2 hours. Matt, I think they'll sell it eventually, but Nike needs something. No. I said Anaconda. I watched Jennifer Lopez movie back in the day. Yeah. The FBI appointment. No, I don't think that, unfortunately, that doesn't matter for the stock market. But the ones that could move the market are all green lights. What should net worth be before buying a house? Why? Just buy the house, dude. Can you afford it? If they qualify you and you got the long term, buy it. That's a bank's fault. You're gonna either pay it or it's their problem. But I think you're gonna do it. But don't worry. The house will increase your net worth. Don't wait to get a net worth to get the thing that will get you your net worth. Should you sell your Rolex? Yeah, to me for $5. So that's what's going to happen if you ask people. If you offer, you have to ask yourself a lot of other questions. But if you're going to sell anything, know what you're going to do with the money before you sell it. The fireside chats? No, bro. We were locked inside and they shut the economy down and then dumped $1.9 trillion on the economy. And I was sitting in the corner of my room doing a fireside chat. So this one's a little better. You should watch the beginning of the video, though. We did talk. This is related to deficits. Good times. Good time. Matt, I hope you didn't subscribe to the wrong channel, because this is different than the one tomorrow. Fidelity money market better than Bill. It's easier. No expense ratio, no worry about timing. You get paid day by day. Rolling, it's just convenient and higher or similar yield. My mom didn't go outside for like 3 years, bro, because Reuters and New York Times and Politico all got paid a lot of money. That's unrelated, but yeah, I thought mutually exclusive thoughts. Any lenders? Depends what you're trying to do. You can reach out. I'll forward it. Car market? I think car market probably you'll get a one-time little baby boost in tariffs or, bro, I'm telling you, this is like a scam. I'm telling you, we should have a consumer protection warning. If the car companies could get away with getting dumb motherfuckers to believe that you should pay over sticker because of tariffs, then the car market will have a little bit of a boost. And then depending on where interest rates and gas is at, we'll go from there. But otherwise, it's kind of been collapsing. Yeah, bro, every car has dropped lower. But I'm telling you, bro, at this point, and I'm glad so far, there is actually, again, big banks and some actually educated people in a finance setting. They agree with this, man. This isn't that bad shit, so thank God. But, for real, it's just, the expected increase the one time of tariffs and how it's going to be. It's just not warranted to this level of fear. It's 0.46%. And that's why just like companies right now, my girlfriend showed me it. There's companies trying to say that they have to raise prices because of tariffs, but it's pretty disingenuous to the whole thing because they're raising it like 20, 30%. But I just think this is the new supply chain where they're going to try to justify the cost. But I encourage you to reject it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Real estate, door to door, $2K a month. Do you get commission on the deal? It's good to start. I mean, but you're getting paid $24,000 a year. If no commission, that'd kind of suck. What about groceries where you can't fight it? No, you can. It should be minimal. Again, we have a lot. Believe it or not, you would be surprised. And that's why even the tariff amounts and all of it, but it shouldn't be necessarily there. And let me ask you this. Hypothetically speaking, listen to this. And you're going to get a different reaction depending on, ready for this? You have to pay triple for your eggs, double for all your food, but your rent, utilities go down by 50%. Which one are you taking? And the food increase is for 16 months tops. So that's a dramatic example. So it's not going to be like that. Hate to get your hopes up, but I just want you to understand what I'm saying. Are you following? Whole point is, even the dailies in food, even if we saw like a major increase, and that could happen with tariffs depending on who gets tariffed and what, right? Let's say the daily, the literal non-core stuff, that's why they do core. If all of that stuff started to go up, it wouldn't be for a long time. I mean, go look throughout the 100 years of agriculture history. That doesn't happen. Prices don't stay up forever unless it's kind of rice, but even then it'll come down. So it's not really like food will do something like that. But then when it's all said and done, like, this is what I'm saying. The real inflation, even what are you mad about? Most people chewed up $7 a gasoline. They did whatever it's the house prices. It's the prices of the big things. It's now interest and how much you have to pay in debt, like literal interest payments and insurance and car insurance. Are y'all following me? Think about it. House, car insurance, house insurance. That right there can eat all of your income nowadays. It shouldn't be like that. But now the houses are overinflated. So now we could overinflate the insurance. And now the cars are overinflated. So let's inflate the auto insurance. You see what I'm saying? I don't even give a shit about food. The real inflation is in the big stuff. And that is the government spending. You see what I'm saying? And that's really that's why I'm saying I would fully reject this idea as batshit ridiculous. That, again, like, if you raise my prices 30% because of tariffs, that's not economical. You're a lying, scheming bastard, is how I view it. So, yeah. Don't buy insurance. Hey, man, I just evacuated, like, how long ago? So, yeah. Different type of roulette. But I switched to Geico. This is not a Geico commercial. This is not a Geico commercial. You're paying 60% less. Yeah, they'll always give you good introductory rates. But yeah, it's wild. There's an extra tariff. Shop puts. Maybe, yeah. But it just all depends on the scope. But like I said, the real tariff that's going to cause a market downturn from China, like the first serious move of negativity from China, will probably be when they tariff our agriculture products. That's going to be the one that, you see what I'm thinking about what we just said, because then if those prices go up, that Trump can't control that as much as some of the other stuff if you really think about it. Trump could get the big stuff down if they play the deficit oil card correctly, but if now Canada, once our ag starts getting hit, then the farmers get mad at Trump, that's what's the problem. But you'll know that the real China escalation you want to get puts on, it will be when they target our agriculture with large size and aggressively. That will be it, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but even if that happens, you'll be in the neighborhood. China and Guatemala. China, they similar. Guatemala. On that note, final ones. Is that super bad? It is if they did. Agriculture, China tariffs would not be good. I think that maybe might move us out the range. But yeah, that would be a major escalation in the trade war between China and the United States. If once they start seriously tariffing our agriculture products, that would be seen as a major escalation. Besant can do. He has to convince the market, or whenever the media stops with this weird propaganda campaign, or the data. That's it. Just at the end of the day, as long as they keep a straight face, keep doing and saying the same things, and if the data all aligns, eventually the market will catch up. But other than that, he has to. Again, there's enough evidence right now in Goldman, and there's people, like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to really figure this out, but it doesn't matter. There's a lot of pressure until there's, like, broad consensus. You still have this weird game being played. So, yeah. But on that note, Chad, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow for the watch list. I'm already losing my voice. You get an Uncle album tonight, I believe. Or it's supposed to come out on Friday. I hope it releases midnight, your local time. But either way, you have a wonderful evening. Finger to the sky, baby. You better go when you lay your head down and go listen to Philo on your own. Go pray in private. It's an intimate thing. Lock in, baby, on every level. And that's it. You're walking away with something, bro. That's it. You're dead. Are you a son of the kingdom? A daughter? The kingdom? My brother, you got some things running in. I don't know if they... I love you all, Chad. Get ready for Friday and peace out. Good night. Guatemala. Good night.